say some days you're gonna win. You say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No. If you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get up, you take your book, and come down on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around. I was heading down. Oh, somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take. That's the way it's gotta be. Roll it over and you will see. The city streets are full of people going nowhere making time. To change from night to day is really only out just along the line. Can't you see?
We made it to Friday, my friends. Good morning. 9:04. We got a good show for all of you today. At.Tim Lee from the Riverbend Christian Leadership Academy is going to join us in a couple of minutes and fill us in on the school's campaign. I know that they joined us. He's been joining us throughout the year and filling us in on their fundraising campaign. They just are getting ready to move out of the Western Military Academy. That's some news to share with all of you, and they're going to be moving down the road to East Alton. From what I understand, we'll get all the details on that. Then at 10 o'clock, we're going to be talking to Denise Sparks. She's going to be filling us in on the latest from Sparks Junk Removal and just some of the latest that she's been keeping up with. Then at 10:35, we wrap up the morning with Blog Talk with Sydney and dive into her latest blog and have some fun. I'll get to rant and rave and get it all off my chest. So that's good for me to start the weekend on, you know. But you know what I'm excited for? This weather. Man, it was so... I'm going to be the guy that complains. Yesterday when I left work, I wasn't having it. I thought it was too humid still. But man, I woke up today and thought it's going to be a great Saturday. I'm excited to start the weekend, and then I realized we still had another 8 hours to go. But that's okay. In the meantime, here's what you need to know at 9:05. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today and stay up to date with your daily dose of everything local. Plus, you can be a part of the daily email update. Over 100,000 plus that are a part of that email list, and you can be a part of it with daily dose of local news, sports, plus with the AP partnership, statewide and national press releases all at the touch of a button. We'll take you to Alton first. Well, really, Madison County. Robert Mason III, 54 years of age, a former Alton resident, has been sentenced to 10 years in prison after pleading guilty to attempted murder and identity theft charges related to that 1994 shooting. We reported on this story earlier this year. Here's the follow-up. Mason lived under a false identity in Michigan for nearly 30 years following that incident. He was found earlier this year in Kalamazoo after an Alton resident reported identity theft. Investigators discovered Mason had stolen the victim's birth certificate and Social Security card before fleeing Illinois. Despite the challenge of prosecuting such an old case, authorities from multiple agencies worked together to secure the conviction. Also in the news today, Governor Pritzker has issued a state disaster proclamation following severe weather and that flooding that caused significant damage across Cook, Jersey, and Calhoun counties between July the 25th and July the 28th. The proclamation activates state resources to support local recovery and response efforts. Joint damage assessments by state and federal agencies did confirm that widespread destruction, including property damage, power outages, and roadblocks. Recovery operations are underway with cooperation from local governments and FEMA. The governor also requested federal disaster assistance to help impacted residents and businesses rebuild. Also in the news today, a 33-year-old woman, from Escuda was struck and killed early Thursday morning in Belleville. The Belleville Police Department responded around 3:30 a.m. to reports of a pedestrian hit in the 900th block of South Greenmount Road. The woman suffered life-threatening injuries and was transported to a nearby hospital where she was later pronounced deceased. The driver fled the scene before first responders arrived. Authorities are actively searching for the suspect vehicle and driver, and anyone with information is urged to contact the Belleville Police Department, or you can contact Crime Stoppers anonymously. In more positive news, this weekend, the Calhoun County Fair will take, not this weekend, the Calhoun County Fair will take place from September the 4th to the 7th, a typo in that, my apologies, offering a variety of events, including carnivals, pageants, tractor pulls, and more to benefit the local community. Patrick Simon's the president of the Calhoun County Fair Association. He joined us on the show earlier in the week, and he highlighted that fair as a classic Midwest gathering that brings the county's population from 5,000 to as many as 15,000 attendees in that 1 weekend event. The weekend will feature a talent show, concerts, authentic tractor pulls, and a really great tractor pull event on Saturday. That was part of that interview as well. Family activities, of course, and the pageants, all centered around the bicentennial theme, harvesting 2 centuries of stories. With free entry for seniors on Saturday and early volunteer opportunities still available, the fair celebrates Calhoun County's heritage, its agriculture, and local talent. And once again, that fair runs from September 4th through the 7th. And you can find out more information at RiverBender.com/news, or just watch that interview we did with Patrick. It's about 20 minutes long, and it's a really good one to take a look at. Also in the news today, in Brighton, 2-year-old Amara from Brighton is currently competing in the National Toddler of the Year contest. How cool is this? Now in its 4th round, and it's ending soon. To advance, she must stay among the top 5, and she's known by her family as sweet, silly, and determined. She has recently shown a strong sense of independence as well, and enjoys outdoor activities like jumping in puddles and playing on swings, as well as indoor play with dinosaurs and her play kitchen. If she wins a $25,000 prize, and her family plans to save it for her future education and other milestones along the way. Supporters can vote daily for free on the contest website with a link available at RiverBender.com/news. Help her win that $25,000. That'd be really cool. And also in the news today, the city of Alton, they've temporarily closed Hell Run Skate Park starting today to carry out necessary repairs following structural concerns found during routine inspections. The closure aims to ensure the safety of all visitors while the city works quickly to secure contractor bids through an active request for proposal. Officials appreciate the community's patience and understanding as they prioritize safety and commitment to maintaining enjoyable recreational spaces for its residents and its visitors. That press release available at RiverBender.com/news as well, or you can watch the interview I did with Courtney McLaughlin, who was highlighting the concern about the skate park just a few days ago before that press release was issued at RiverBender.com/daily show. Let's take a look at weather. It's 71 degrees, and it feels just beautiful outside. Humidity's gone up since I've been in the building. Feels like 79 out there. Humidity at 92%. Today, mostly sunny, and tonight, mainly clear. Those are your only 2 notes. Definitely a reprieve from the heat we were feeling. Temperatures will be a little bit hotter than yesterday, but not by much. A high of 83, a low of 63, and then on Saturday, a high of 82. A low of 57 degrees, and then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, temperatures won't touch 80. On Sunday, sunny skies, a high of 78, a low of 55, and on Monday, partly sunny skies, a high of 74, a low of 52, and then on Tuesday, a high of 76, a low of 53 degrees. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. It's 71 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 79 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545, this time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading the RiverBender.com app today. All right, hey, guess what's coming up tomorrow? The Alton Food Truck Festival. This is going to be a good one, and it really always is. They have thousands of people that really flock over to this thing, and gates are open from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Alton Amphitheater for the Annual Food Truck Festival. It's free to attend. You don't have to pay a ticket price to get into the event. That's why I love this. It's open to the community, and plus music by Almost Famous. Almost Famous is a 5-piece cover band that plays music to get you moving. That's going to be awesome. From Journey, Queen, Toto, Billy Joel, and more. You're going to listen to that while eating some great food. They got a ton of vendors this year, like the Cajun Seduction, the Spud Shack, Go Euro Go, the Tuk Tuk Thai, that's a great one. Mr. Noodle, G Burrito, and so many more. I mean, just dozens upon dozens. This is powered by Sauce Magazine, and we'll see you there. That's tomorrow from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Alton Amphitheater, and don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Alrighty. I'm going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk with Tim and get the latest from Riverbend Christian Leadership Academy. You stay there. I'll be here this Friday morning. We're going to get it moving right after this.
She said, I gotta go, but my friend is still around. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally. I'm resting in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to?
9:19. Welcome back. Tim Lee back in the studio. You've had a couple of busy months. You've been back here on the show a few times and filling us in on some really ambitious fundraising goals that you guys seem to really have done well with. It's been a big year for you guys now, Riverbend Christian Leadership Academy. I also saw that you're moving.
Yes. Yeah. So I couldn't hold it to drop it on you in studio like I've dropped the last couple things on you because obviously we're on a bit of a time crunch. In fact, we just delayed our start a couple weeks.
Oh, wow.
To after Labor Day, which for me is like, yes, I'll take 2 extra weeks of summer, but that's where I grew up on the East Coast. That was pretty
normal,
par for the course,
yeah.
And we ended a little bit later with graduation. But starting a little bit later so that we could get legally our deals in place for our new location in East Alton.
Really cool. Now, where are you going to be at in East Alton?
So the facility was formerly St. Kevin's Catholic Church, I believe, and they had a school there. A number of years ago, Riverbend Calvary Chapel purchased it, no relation, and we have just a lease deal with that church to operate a church at their facility, and we think and obviously it's a good deal for both us and for them. They've wanted a Christian school there, but starting a Christian school has its challenges. And so we have been working on this. To some people, it's a surprise, like, wow, this is out of the blue. For me, I've been working on this and with Pastor Steve there really for 2 years.
Yeah.
And, okay, is this a viable option? Could we do it in the future? Do we need to do it? And as we've talked about before, separating the relationship between Mississippi Valley and Faith Baptist Church has been the end of amicable in most ways, in all ways, I would say, but of a 50-year relationship. So separating properties and bank accounts and leadership and all of those things is just, it's often a messy process, and it doesn't have to be, but you still have to navigate it.
Yeah, and it takes time. And now that you're here, did you expect this kind of portion of it to go as the way it did, where you're, a couple of months out from school starting and boom, we're moving into a building?
Well, I wish I had more time.
Right.
I wish we could have gotten some of those things done sooner, and that's always the case. But as anybody who's made these type of transitions knows, it doesn't always go exactly to plan.
Right.
And so, we would love to have a couple extra weeks, but it is what it is, and I think we're making great progress to make the move.
Good. And now we're here now. And now when does school officially start for you guys?
September 2nd.
Okay. And now in the meantime, you are also running a campaign because the building does need a little bit of work done to it. And honestly, probably not near as much as the other building that you were in needed.
Different work.
Yeah.
Different work. And so it's kind of it's like selling your used car and buying another used car. Like, you already know what all the problems are with yours, and you're buying a new one. So it's kind of that idea. And there are some challenges that we have to overcome. But from the optics standpoint, when you drive on the campus, you're like, oh, this is a school.
Right.
When you go into the building, there is a wing that is dedicated to the school. It is not kind of the piecemeal that we have had, and again, functionally it worked.
Right.
But especially from a comfort level of new parents and new families, which again, we're still enrolling and open to those conversations and even tours of the facility. As the new parents are coming in, what we want them to do is walk through and have that confidence in our facility as much as the education we're delivering.
Well, that's a big first impression, really, is how are you taking in the space? And with it, how many classrooms did you say are in this building?
So we have 8 traditional classrooms, and they're very good size. Even if we were at capacity, the classrooms are approximately 28 by 36, and then there's a couple bigger ones that are 28 by 45. So it's a lot of space for us to spread out and have kind of that multi-dimensional teaching where here's some classroom work, but here's some other pieces that we can add in and still in that same space.
That's really cool. And now, how do you do your grade levels again? Because I've just familiarized myself with it because I forgot, to be honest.
Right, that's okay. So some of them are combined, and we've done that really for decades with success. Oftentimes, like for instance, the first and second would be combined.
Gotcha.
Third and fourth would be combined. Fifth and sixth would be combined. And the teacher is teaching both of those. There's benefits to that in that you're kind of getting a little bit of prep for next year what's coming, but then you're also getting a little bit of review for last year what happened and to integrate some of those. And most of the distinction is probably English and math that are more building. History, science, a lot of that is repetition and growing that knowledge base year over year.
That's cool.
And so we have separate math and English classes specifically.
Interesting. Well, and now getting back into the building, the first big one's the HVAC upgrades that you're going to need, which is going to be the most costly, I would imagine, out of all of it. And now where do you sit on that, and how's everything looking HVAC-wise?
So we have some bids on what it's going to cost to do that install. The church obviously wasn't operating the school wing for many, many years, and over 10. And so when they had some heating cooling issues with their facility, they replaced the boilers with new boilers for the space that they were using.
Makes sense,
not the space that they weren't using. So that's where we're coming in. And again, we have some bids. We think that we can get it done quickly, provided we could raise the money. And with that, the total that we're trying to raise right now is $80,000. And we have a $20,000 challenge grant. So the first $20,000 that comes in will be matched dollar for dollar towards these HVAC improvements.
Really cool. Well, and now, is it one of those things where you need this done before the school year starts, or
not necessarily? Okay. Obviously, we would like to do that. We have fans. We have
just to get a timeline for you. Yeah.
And again, this is some of the nuance when you are dealing with a 120-year-old building. Some of the windows don't open and close.
Yeah.
Now, we've had air conditioning put in, like the window units put into the classrooms at the other location. But this one, we can open the windows. We can run the fans.
Right.
We can do those. We can also still have heat days if there's days that are sweltering hot and it just doesn't make sense from a safety standpoint.
Okay.
But I would also say, too, delaying our start a couple weeks pushes us towards the cooler months as well. So we have a little bit of time, but obviously we want to get it done as quickly as possible.
I just want to make sure, in case you had a timeline for this, so we can raise the money as quick as we can. And honestly,
okay, this week.
Yeah, let's do it. See, Tim, that's what you got to do. Tomorrow, we need this in $60,000 to $65,000, and that really is a great price for that large of a space for a new HVAC system. That's pretty good. And then security is going to be another one of your priorities with this fundraising campaign.
Right. So some of these pieces are already in place, but we want to do the necessary upgrades to really be providing the best that we can.
Yeah.
And even moving to the new facility is somewhat better. Because, for instance, you walk into the first set of double doors, and now you're kind of inside.
Yeah.
But then there's another locked set of doors, that type of thing. We're already have some good pricing and ability to put in kind of the key card access things, as well as cameras, so that we can kind of buzz people in and see who's in the building. Those things. We have some of that was ours from the previous building that is going to be transferred over and is being transferred over as we speak. But we want to make that. It was things we were looking at to do in our other facility.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like time, money, and importance. Where does this fall? Well, moving into the new facility, some of the other problems we had are solved. So now we bring this up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, it's great to do. And now when it comes to campus networking, that's going to be another factor into the fundraising too. What are you looking to do on that realm?
So I will be honest that this is outside of my personal
same here. I don't
toolbox.
know too much about this.
However, we have some people that are in place as far as just running your basic access. There is already internet there, Wi-Fi, but we want to separate that out and have those that do know IT stuff. We want to have the control of our own so that it's not open access to other folks outside of our organization.
Gotcha.
We're going to run our own things and then control our own access to the internet for students, Wi-Fi, all of those things.
And now, what's the contingency container on here?
There's always overruns.
Gotcha.
That type,
Okay. Just want to make sure. That makes sense. But I like that you're budgeting that in, though, and taking that into account. It's good to note that.
Well, and that's probably a bigger change that goes unnoticed and doesn't really get promoted or pushed out there as much with this move. And again, this is really technically our first year as RCLA. We have a zero-based budget.
Yeah.
That's usually not done because, well, it's tough to do, number one. Number two is that others that maybe have government funds that come in maybe aren't as tight on what they have to do or can't do.
Makes sense.
But for our purposes and trying to move away from what we've had to do before. Like last year, we raised $230,000
I remember
for the school year.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But we never want to be in that position again.
Right.
It was we had to do it, and the Lord met the need in, we believe, a miraculous way. In this case, we've had to make some cuts. We've had to back down. A big part of this move is we don't have nearly the utility costs.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, that's money going right out the window, literally in some ways. Rather, those dollars can be spent towards the children, towards the education, towards the teachers, towards the classrooms, all of those things. And so that's a big part of it is our utilities are going to be significantly less. There were a lot of maintenance costs that we were absorbing over at the other location.
Yeah.
And so we can take those out of our budget as Calvary Chapel has said, hey, we're going to maintain our facility. We're going to do these things, which would be expected. But we're going into, again, dividing and pulling that relationship apart is just so challenging that, well, yeah, of course the school takes care of the school's facilities when it's Faith and Mississippi Valley at two different locations.
Well, and see, now that's where I find it interesting too, because with the 50 years, you have folks that are very, tied into the values of Mississippi Valley. Has that been, of any concern or any type of conversation? Have you gotten folks? Because I'm sure I'm not putting you on the spot. I hate if I'm doing that. It just seems like that has to be of some difficulty for you to say, we aren't changing the wheel, so to speak. We're just evolving and trying to stay current here.
Yeah, and the phrase that's usually used, CJ, is that I don't support the direction of the school. Now, that means something to those who are saying it.
Gotcha.
And if they don't know, then they don't know, and that's probably better. I would say in some ways, yes, we are changing the direction of the school. We're changing it to a biblical direction of biblical roles and responsibilities. And we've talked about this before, but we'll say it again and again, and every time we come on, we'll say it again. What are the biblical roles? The biblical roles are parents. Parents are supposed to be raising their kids. It's not my job as an administrator, as a head of school. That's not my job to raise someone else's child.
Right.
Pastors need to pastor their church. Now, as part of faith and a ministry of faith, those lines get skewed. Are we a church? Are we a school?
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right.
And so we're not a church anymore. And even in putting the legal documentation together with Calvary Chapel, Riverbend Calvary Chapel, is we want to make sure we make those clear lines that we are renting and leasing your space.
Yeah.
You're your church. We're the school. Despite having Riverbend at the beginning of both of us. Theirs is Riverbend and ours is Riverbend. But that was not planned. And then finally, that churches need to teach sound doctrine. And as we know, churches can't agree on what that means entirely.
True. That's very true.
And so there's an authority piece here where if I undermine your church, then I undermine your pastor, and I undermine the parent that chooses to take their family there, whether that's in music or dress or Bible or standards or whatever those other things are. And we don't want to undermine any authority base that God has put in place.
Yeah.
So we want to come alongside and assist parents raising their kids for Christ and with a biblical worldview and in a Christian environment. Now, we have said that over and over again, and even historically, whatever advertising and forward-facing things we've talked about, we have put ourselves out there as a Christian school. And while we believe that's important, what we have passed up on is the opportunity to say we are also providing arguably, the best education in the area, in that our ninth graders, according to Iowa testing, test at college readiness. And so 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they're only becoming more college ready because they're already testing at that reading, math, English. Not every student individually, but universally. That's how they're testing. And that's a testament to the education that we have provided starting all the way at the beginning through the elementary, middle school, and into high school. It's
such a good point. And I mean, especially too, you have to find a way to evolve. And everyone does. And you're right. There's so many different disconnects that have to come into that when you're dealing with, trying to make sure that you're upholding your guys' values and not stepping on toes and the relationship and walking that line. And then, like you said, making sure that you aren't just a babysitter for, parents, and making sure that they're a part of this too and raising their kids. And like I said, I didn't understand the disconnect because I kind of saw something. It wasn't a lot. It was just kind of like, well, this doesn't make sense. And I'm like, why doesn't it make sense to you? This is a great move. You're evolving. You're taking a next step forward. You guys are developing new principles. You're bringing in new faces.
Right.
And that's really important.
Yeah, and we've really expanded the team. And again, we have gotten a little smaller to get a little bigger, which happens in any type of startup situation. But we have solidified our teachers as well as our board, and so those are moving forward. The last piece I would say in regards to the direction, is number one, we focus on 2 Timothy 2:2, which talks about a discipleship model, and we want to build that into our program and do that well. We want to take Acts 1:8, where it talks about Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, the uttermost part of the earth, that we are incorporating that into how are we reaching out and not just absorbing in.
Right.
And then the last piece I would say is John 17, where Jesus prays for unity for his disciples. He's about to head to the cross, and he prays for protection for his disciples and oneness. Then he goes on to pray for future believers that they would have unity. And so that's what we want to do, is unite where we can unite. One of our local pastors talks about this regularly. He says there's some closed hand issues that I believe that, I'll fight about, I'll die on that hill, that type of thing. But then there's some open hand issues as well that we can disagree or we can have a discussion about it. I'm not going to die on that hill.
Right.
I'm not going to, separate from you, from being your friend, if you don't think that Melchizedek of the Old Testament is a Christophany, in that Jesus himself is appearing in the Old Testament. Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of reasons to think that, but it doesn't have to be an issue that we have to divide on.
Right. No, totally. And honestly, that's where I love where you guys are going with the school and going with everything when you go into that, because honestly, your move is perfect. Where you guys were, it was I couldn't imagine the cost to maintain the building, and because it's a historic building and it means a lot to a lot of people, but it also was about just where we're at in today's society. It's not cheap to cool these things off anymore. It's not cheap to maintain them. So to be in East Alton, I think, is a really welcome site, because I don't know of a lot of, maybe I'm wrong, there's not really that many parochial schools in that area, from what my understanding is of it. I'm not too...
Yeah, I would say there's
private.
There's a couple over there. There's one that's fairly decent size.
Is there?
I'm not going to give them
any plug?
The free plug.
Okay.
And there's another learning center over there that's a little... So, I mean, there's a couple, as I'm kind of thinking locationally, that are there from a private education standpoint, but again, not like we're moving in next door.
No, and that's what I'm saying though. It seems like you guys have a nice spot for this, and you're more in an involved area than being out on Seminary.
Right, and of course, here's the this is the visionary side of me. I'm not giving up on seminary. I would love to see us be able to grow in a healthy way.
Oh, yeah.
And potentially come back and move back.
Yeah.
Maybe even have both. But that's another day. That's another project. That's another 2 to 5 years of personal misery of me trying to figure those things out.
Well, CJ, how do I donate to this? Well, here's what you're going to go to do. You're going to go to Riverbend.Academy. You have the coolest website name. I don't know how you got that one. That is pretty cool. Riverbend.Academy. There's Pat. And you go to Projects tab right over here. You see that little drop down. It'll take you right back to the screen that we're already on. And you can hit this little donate button. Take you right down to where you can go. You can also go see the project mission. You can see that matching gift challenge. That first 20,000 is doubled once it hits its goal, and you can see how the gifts are going to be used, the budget, the timeline. Now, we moved the timeline up to tomorrow, so we got some money to raise, but we're going to get there.
Sounds good to me.
Tim, what else should we talk about for right now?
Let's see here. We talked to everybody. I would say this, and this is something we've begun to discuss in our board already. One of the great things that we have as we're implementing people on the board is a partnership with Herzog Foundation, which helps Christian schools with best practices and high-level training. They have... they're out near Kansas City, Smithville technically, but about 5 years ago, an individual passed away, and he left $350 million to transform Christian education in America with a 20-year window. So $350 million to spend in that time frame. And what they decided very quickly was they weren't going to do buildings, they weren't going to do grants, they weren't going to do anything, but they were going to give high-level, like Fortune 100 training to Christian organizations. Wow. And so with that, I would, if you are a Christian organization, I would recommend that you take advantage of that, because your only skin in the game is to get you or your staff there.
Yeah.
They'll put you up in a 5-star hotel. They'll feed you 3-square meal, catered meals. You might have one meal that you're on the hook for on your own, but really it's just the travel to and from, 3 or 4 day high level training, and we've already availed ourselves to that. One of the things that we took away from the board and governance training that our group went to is that as a board, we need to be planning for the next 50 years, not today's constituents. Yeah. And that's kind of hard to like take that disconnect. But if we're looking 50 years, what does education need to look like then in 2075? Mm-hmm. Well, with the advent of AI and all of these other pieces coming in, like we don't know. But it needs to be how we're making our plans. Mm-hmm. If you're going to truncate that a little bit shorter, okay, so a kid coming into first grade, we have them for 12 to 13 years. Right. Okay, then what does education look like in 2038? And how are these young people prepared for life? Right. That's who we want to be. That's what we want to do. There's so many things that we all ask. I've asked, I've heard others ask, like, boy, it would have been nice to know how to do taxes. Mm-hmm. It would have been nice to know how to do basic auto repair, right. Whatever those things are. That's the kind of thinking that we're trying to do as a board and preparing for the future, not just today. How do we make sure that we're as secure as we can? Yeah, that's important. How do we make sure that we're providing the best education? That's important. And we put people in place on our board to handle those pieces from a chair standpoint. Really cool. Well, Tim, it's always great to talk with you. And for more information, Riverbend.Academy. That's Riverbend.Academy. Best of luck with the school year starting. And I know that this campaign is going to be a good one for you. This is really cool. Yeah, and we invite everybody to come and see that's interested in partnering with us to raise your kids for Christ. Mm-hmm. There is a cost associated with it, but we believe the value that you're getting is far more than the cost. And so we'd love to have those conversations and see if we can partner with you. Absolutely. Tim, always great talking with you. Thank you, CJ. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and wrap up the 9 right after this.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelmarPublicHouse.com.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Sounds good. 1010, welcome back. Brooke and Kayla in the studio, Madison County Employment and Training. And you guys were at the Centerstone Resource Fair, and we didn't get a chance to connect then, but now we get a chance to. And just the couple of really seconds I got to talk to you, you're busy.
Very, yeah.
How's your Thursday morning starting? Pretty good?
Good.
Well, fill me in on Madison County Employment and Training. You know, give us that overview, if you could, of what you guys are all about and what you offer.
Okay, perfect. You want me to start or you want to start?
I can start, sure.
Go for it.
So I'm Brooke Andrews. I'm with Madison County Employment and Training, like we talked about, and I'm the business service representative.
And I'm Kayla Bosing, the Work-Based Learning Coordinator, which really is just fancy for overseeing the business service side of things that we do in the office.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now let's just start with you, Kayla. Take me through your day-to-day.
No day is the same. So I oversee things like on-the-job training, incumbent worker training. Brooke and I both kind of tackle a lot of things that we do together. Setting up, meetings with businesses, just trying to get the word out about our services, the funding opportunities that we do have. We're a federally funded Department of Labor grant. So basically what that means is we have funding opportunities out there for both individuals and the businesses. So Brooke and I both are kind of like the faces out there trying to spread the word on what we can do for, both.
Definitely.
Well, and I think that's so important because so many times, and I'm sure you guys get frustrated because you're on Facebook and like, there's just no help out there, for this, so there's no program. And you guys do have so many programs that are available.
Yeah.
What are some of the most popular programs when it comes to, let's just talk the small business side of things?
Okay. All right. So I think you want to take this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the main one that I work on mostly, and Kayla oversees our department, is on-the-job training.
Makes sense.
So that's a subsidy we can reimburse back to the employer 50% of a new hire's wages.
Wow.
The new hire has to be 32 plus hours a week, and there's obviously documentation we'll need prior to them starting. But so that's a pretty good program that we have going for the incentive for the employer to hire somebody new while also getting that reimbursement back.
That's really important.
Obviously, our grant is WIOA, Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, so you have to be eligible for these services. So we do work with the employers directly, just to kind of cover like what that looks like. We jump in and try to make the process as easy as possible for them. We're government, so it means paperwork, and so we
love
try
paper.
not to,
We love paper.
to make it so intimidating for them.
Can you fill out the forms like in your sleep now at this point in time?
Oh, yes. I have the process. Print out this, fill in this. Yeah.
Well, and Brooke, I'm sure you're working with and just like you, Kayla, a variety of different individuals on a day-to-day basis. And what does your typical day-to-day look like? Kind of the same thing where you just never know what's coming across the desk?
Yeah, so I do actually want to talk about first, I put out job postings for all employers. So
really
that's,
cool.
Larger businesses, smaller businesses, any events that are happening in the area, I'll do that as well. Our Facebook page is growing. We have almost 10,000 followers.
Look
we're
at
getting
you
there.
guys go.
I know, we're getting there, which is really exciting. So everybody follow our Facebook page, Madison County Employment and Training. But it's a good way to get the word out, and it's universal service. So it's I don't want to use the word free, but it's at no charge for the employer. So it's a good way for the employer to get the word out about hirings that they have, opportunities they have. And so people on Facebook, general job seekers, other employers can see the services we offer, but also who's hiring as well.
Yep.
Well, and it seems like there are quite a few opportunities out there for so many folks. Well, and now youth services, I saw it's 16 to 24. What does this kind of entail? Because this is where I find it really fascinating, because you could really help a young person really on the best step forward as they start their life.
Yeah, so youth services can look like a lot of different things. So, a lot of different things that we do in the youth world. We'll talk paid work experience. So that is a program, again, where you work with the employer. They're providing a job site. The participant does either come from an in-school or out-of-school, level, depending on, how they're engaged with that career specialist. But basically, it is the employer provides the job site. We are the funding source. So they are a part-time Madison County employee. We're paying the wages and the things that come with that. And the employer is basically allowing them to come in, gain that real-world job experience, and they get paid for it at the same time.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How can we learn more about those programs or the different employers that are a part of it?
I mean, you can definitely, whether you go to our, we usually encourage businesses to reach out to Brooke or I directly, or even our bosses, Tony and Darlene. Most people know both of them too.
Yep.
So it's just getting in touch with us, whether that be through email or a lot of people walk in. We have a resource room in Wood River where we have a job board. We have you can come in, use computers, build a resume, do all the
cool.
job.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So.
Well, and now I also like the fact that you guys are all about career services and skills and training, and some of these programs are really, really cool. Take me through, what is WIOA? Because that was almost hard for me to just pronounce the acronym.
We abbreviate a lot of things. So
we do.
Rightfully so.
Right. We call it WIOA, so it's Workforce Innovation Opportunity
That's okay,
Act.
we're talking about that. Okay.
Yep.
And so what am I reading here where you can receive up to 2 years of paid tuition up to $20,000? That's incredible.
Yeah.
How do we qualify for this, and what do we need to do?
So that would be eligibility under WIOA.
Okay.
So that would be calling our office, talking to a career specialist about what training opportunity you are interested in. Obviously, it has to be on the demand list. So Department of Labor obviously has deemed that it's an in-demand position. And if somebody's wanting to go back to school, we can pay for tuition up to 2 years.
Yeah.
And then $20,000 in tuition and $13,000 in books and fees.
That's incredible.
It's incredible.
What
It
an
is.
opportunity.
For most 2-year programs, or even we work with both community colleges and private entities, it pretty much pays for the entirety of a lot of programs.
I was already saying, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And honestly, how many people really are like, man, maybe I'm kind of stuck and need to find something new.
Absolutely.
You can make that change and do it with this program.
We even work with SIUE.
Wow.
So for someone there, we do have a lot of programs that are, covered through WIOA that way. The participant has to be at that 60 plus credit hours. So essentially it picks up the last 2 years of their program.
That's awesome. And now take me through this Workforce Innovation Board, just because I was just doing a little bit of research the last couple of days. What is this all about? Because this takes in multiple counties, correct?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are a Department of Labor fund, right? So it comes from Department of Labor to the states. State divvies it out through the counties. So we serve Madison, Bond, Jersey, and Calhoun. That's like our region that we serve.
That's incredible. Well, and now how many times does that board meet? Is it a quite frequent connection and collaboration between those?
I think Tony Furman usually, he's on the Workforce Innovation Board, and I believe that they meet monthly, I would think.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. So basically how WIOA is structured is, like our department, yes, we are overseen by a board.
Gotcha.
So anything that, we're doing, funding that we're spending, is overseen by a board. We do meet with them, monthly, quarterly, kind of like as needed. So you've got your, executive board, and then you've got your big board. So basically any decisions we're making or changes we're making are overseen.
Well, it's just really, the entire gauntlet's so important, and from being able to build your resume in a center to being able to have on-the-job training and all these different, even learning opportunities. How long have you both been with the department?
I just had my 2 years in July.
Did you?
Yes,
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah. 5 years in October for me.
What have you guys learned along the way, just in your position, and just about, some of the different, industries and opportunities that you see in Madison County you'd like to share?
I will start with saying Kayla's the best supervisor.
Oh,
and we do work very well together.
You're a good supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Supervisor and friend, I should say.
There you go.
No, and I think that makes the everyday a lot easier when you have somebody you love to work with. I think opportunities-wise, we've learned that not every employer wants the same thing.
True.
I think it's very important to not only change like the way we speak to employers or how we go about things, but just to make sure that we're meeting their needs in that time.
Well, it seems like everything just moves so fast too, and everything changes on a dime, so you have to adapt with them. And Kayla, what are your thoughts the 5 years you've been there and opportunities you'd like to share?
Yeah, a lot. You know, I started as a career specialist. When I came in actually under a different grant, moved into a full-time career specialist role, and in about 2.5 years moved into the role I'm in now. So, I mean, I've definitely, you know, went from seeing like how we impact individuals to how we're impacting businesses. And like, the need is all the same. At the end of the day, the goal is keeping people in the workforce. So like, keeping them in the workforce, upskilling them in the workforce. So it is really cool. And obviously Brooke and I are both pretty passionate about what we do, because you're helping people, and that's so important.
Yeah, well, you actually, I mean, you really are. You're having an immediate impact, and I'm sure there's times when folks call and they're, you know, kind of throwing their hands up going, I don't know where to start or where to turn. And if someone's out there right now, what do you advise them to do first? You know, if they're like, you know, I'm on the Indeeds of the world, which I think is just, you know, it's a great website if you need it, but man, it's just, I don't know, I'm not really a fan.
Right.
I don't have to look for a job right now, but, you know, the point is you have these things that are just kind of not tailor-made for that person, or maybe don't have the typical, tailor-made package for the county and for the area, the region, really. And so to go through you guys seems like a great first step. Is it a phone call? Is it going online to see some of the programs? What do you recommend for somebody that's kind of like, you know, where do I start?
I would say just call our office. You can find our information on the Madison County website. And like I said, too, Madison County Employment and Training on Facebook. Our information's on there. And just call and see what opportunities kind of work for them,
or
you
walk
know?
in.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of individuals that just walk in and they're like, hey, I saw you online, or a friend told me to come in, and we just kind of navigate from there. You know, because there's resource room staff, there's career specialists, there's a career navigator in the office. So depending on what you're coming in as a need, sometimes businesses walk in, they're like, hey, we met you at an event, we wanted to drop off some flyers for you. I mean, things like that happen all the time. So the door's open. We're open Monday through Friday, you know, 8:30 to 4:30. So people can just walk in as needed.
Well, and I'll also, before we take a quick break, we'll come back and learn more about Madison County Employment and Training. There's also this job search workshop video series that's really cool that I wanted to direct people to on the website, where you can learn all about resume and applications, the cover letters. Those are really important things. And now, are those available on a YouTube channel too?
I think that at one point they were. That's a Tony Stevens question, but I think
one of our supervisors,
We'll ask Tony later. 10:21. We'll take a quick break. I got to pay a quick bill, and we'll come back and learn more about Madison County Employment and Training right after this one.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelmarPublicHouse.com.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent...
Don't you think you want someone to talk to?
Welcome back. 10:24, a little bit of change. Brooke and Kayla back in the studio. We have guests. We played that spot already today. You know, Barry Macias is the best. Go see him. I wanted to kind of follow right back into this conversation. And where did you guys want to pick back up on? Because I want to talk about the programs. And I mean, you guys are at a point now where you have money to help these businesses and individuals. And we're going to wrap up with that one. But what else did you want to focus on as we come back?
I think the other thing we should definitely hit on is the dislocated worker realm of things. So one of the ways people can be eligible for our programs, we look at different things, income-based, if they're getting certain benefits, but also dislocated worker umbrella, because that is for folks who are
recently laid off, who are collecting unemployment benefits, who have collected unemployment benefits. Yep. And we cover that through our screening process. So if somebody's coming in for on-the-job training services, we can go through that process as well. So
and now who is there a qualifying factor, like if you've been unemployed for X amount of years, or is there a cutoff for this ever?
So we do a look back period. So yes, if somebody is getting unemployment benefits, or if they're eligible, or if they've exhausted those benefits, those are definitely ways. Or if they went through a recent layoff, or maybe a plant closure, a shutdown somewhere. We know we're seeing a lot of things like that happening throughout our region. So that is definitely all people can be eligible through for both on the job training and for just the if they're thinking about a new career. If they want a career change, or maybe they're like, well, I tried this job for, a ton of years and now I want to do something new. That's where that tuition and book costs can come in.
Yes. Does a break period, let's say, someone got, fired, or they got laid off a year ago, 2 years ago, and maybe it's just things happen, life happens, they didn't get back up until now. Does that 2-year gap, does a 5-year gap, does any of that matter when we come into qualifying?
Some of it does, so typically with the state, you can do an 18-month look back to see where their eligibility was. But even if they were long-term unemployed, they can potentially qualify that way too. So
interesting.
It's more just a conversation with the individual to kind of look at their individual situation.
And now that's important for the reader and listener to know too when they watch an hour later that sometimes it's best just to pick up the phone, because you might read things on the internet, or you might get an AI overview of something. You Google now, and it might not be all the way accurate for your specific case.
That's true.
Definitely.
So interesting.
Definitely.
Well, and now the bigger point of this is I'm just blown away with the fact of these programs. I mean, you have money to literally give away to people that are willing and able to
please
work.
Take it.
I mean,
we're telling people, please take it.
This is
we
incredible.
want them to.
So let's go into this. So take me through this. Is it just dependent on the program you're in? You're going to receive that much money towards it, or what's that breakdown look like, and what do the terms kind of look like too?
So the breakdown is really by semester mostly, but it's an overview of the program. So somebody comes in, if they, let's say nursing school, they've been accepted in as a nurse. Okay, so it's once you're accepted into your program, you've got to bring in documentation, proof of those things. Again, we're government, we collect paperwork, but we're going to follow you through each semester. So you have a cap, obviously, at that $20,000 and that $13,000, but we're going to kind of follow you through your program and then do a year of follow-up with you. So obviously, this is a a career program. It's, yes, you're not just going to get, the $20,000 handed over. This is it's a program. So yeah, we're doing it, breakdown by semester, collecting a bill from whatever school you're attending and kind of going through the process.
Wow. And now training, is it all local community colleges with this?
So it is, we do SWIC and Lewis and Clark, and we're doing, like I said, SAU the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got the private entities like Calc and Applied Tech, Beck.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I probably forgot
multiple
a few,
schools
so I'm
in the
sorry.
area.
Yeah, lots of schools in the area.
And now, what I also find really cool about this is now if you qualify for a Pell Grant, and now you can still be eligible potentially for these grant funds. Now, if you receive the Pell Grant, are you still eligible too?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you can
definitely.
qualify but can't take type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, our with our grant funding, and each LWEA does it different. And so I say LWEA because that's how we're known throughout the state. So each region can do different things with their funding. So depending on where you're at is, kind of how it all breaks down. But for us, yes, we are looking, at paying those WIOA costs first, and then your Pell would kick in, and then potentially you might have some remaining funds that you see out of that Pell Grant.
This is really cool. And really, guys, go to the website, MadisonCountyIL.gov, and go to the Employment and Training tab. Or you guys keep your Facebooks up. 10,000 followers. You guys are right. Who's in charge?
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Who's in charge of that?
I am.
That's all
Look at you.
It's my baby. It's my baby. That's what I spend most of my days on. And I really want to, harp on the fact that it's a universal service, so at no charge. So any businesses that want to post out, please contact me and let me know. It's good to get the word out. I mean, everybody's hiring, it seems like, right now, and so I'd love to help spread the word.
Well, and it seems like, too, there's so many people that are always looking for an opportunity out there, and maybe what they're seeing just isn't for them because, it, maybe as a local restaurant or you name it, go to your guys' website and go to that job board.
Yeah.
And now, what's it located on under the website? Where's the bulletin board for all the job
So the job
postings?
board is actually in the resource room.
Oh,
so that's
really cool.
for customers who would like to come in and job search. You can use our computers, copiers, printers. Like we said, it's universal, so at no charge. And it's right when you walk in the resource room, you'll see it on the right-hand side. Huge board, and it's updated weekly.
And then where are you guys? Are you guys at the county offices?
We're actually in Wood River.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
So
your whole office is in Wood River.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I didn't realize
very
that.
close.
I thought you were up in Edwardsville.
No, we are actually in the old Wood River Hospital.
Makes sense. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So we are there with the morgue and the health department and
all the fun things.
All the fun things.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, that's great to note, and that's really we'll link that too to make sure people are aware of it to just stop in and really utilize that. And now, are you open normal office hours?
We are, yes. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. We are open.
Perfect. Is there anything else we need to talk about right now?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I feel like we're doing pretty well.
I think so too.
I think technically our hours, we are open at 8 a.m. Somebody is in the door at 8, so if somebody wants to come that early, they can too.
Yeah, definitely.
And now, is there anything that you've been seeing when it comes to opportunities out there? What industry are you guys seeing a lot of influx in before I let you go?
Manufacturing.
Really?
Huge.
Wow.
We work with a lot of manufacturing industries, and we see that's booming. I mean, the trades right now are booming.
Yes.
And we cover that for tuition as well. So if people are interested in going into the trades, that's a huge step to take,
This was a great interview. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
Sorry we waited so long to do
No.
it. Well, you guys are seriously both welcome back anytime to fill us in on more grants and programs and all that great stuff. We're going to link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. 1031, a little bit of change. We're going to come back and talk all things St. Louis Area Comic-Con right after this. Roku TV and Riverbender.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now.
Welcome back. 10-12. Man, if only you guys could have heard that first part of this. Denise Sparks,
Yes.
I had somebody asking about your services the other day. I got to get them a phone number. I got to get them to call you.
We love our people.
They're the DeAdrian crowd, folks. I know that you got a lot of DeAdrian people.
We would love to have the whole D'Adrian area.
Oh man, wouldn't that? Well, I heard Rusty came on and said his truck and colors are now purple and yellow.
Yay! I know they are. We actually ran into each other. I took my new truck up to. I'm going to give a shout out to Top Secret, to Josh that does all of my graphics and wraps on my vehicles and our stickers and stuff for our dumpsters and that. And up pulled Rusty Wheat. He was getting his truck done.
Well, he went to the right guy. Same color palette and everything.
You know what? That Rusty, he's a great guy.
Well, and now you come on the show today because, I mean, number one, I always like talking with you and seeing how things are going, but you've been pretty active yourself in the last couple of months, and from new garbage trucks, and also, real quick, let's just kind of jump right into your spot here on Broadway. You're looking to bring in a compactor, and you're running into some issues here. Let's fill in the public.
Well, yes. The issue is that I'm supposed to be zoned M1, which is light industrial. And in the Pepsi building that I'm in, all of the buildings behind me at one time used to be light industrial, but my property still touches up to where it's all M1.
Yeah.
Okay, behind me or to the side of me. So I was advised by City Hall that I should probably pull out of trying to get rezoned because they weren't going to do that. So I have applied for a special use permit.
Not to cut, do you know why they aren't going to do that?
Well, that's just what the city says.
Okay.
They don't want to open that can of worms for other people behind me to be able to do that.
Okay.
So I guess they took the M1s and, from my understanding, and rezoned them to C5, which is, commercial, heavy commercial. But I want to put it out there because I'm having issues with a neighbor. Mr. Neighbor, I do not wish to be a trash dump. All I want to do is be able to cut my cost at the corporate-owned landfill, who, I'm going to let everybody know, raised my contract rates, not everybody's.
What's new?
They raised my contract rates 49%.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. And then I was told that we could go back in and renegotiate with the big corporation. And so right before the 4th of July, I asked the GM, let's have that meeting. And he said, oh, my finance manager isn't in. And I have all the emails. So then after the 4th of July, I approached again with an email and now being told that, well, we've had so much rain and this and that going on. Now, what does my cost of me bringing revenue to you have to do with the rain? It's because the AG has put 11 issues against you for various reasons. Yeah. So, in order for me to be functional, profitable, sustainable is the word I want to use. If I had a trash compactor only for my construction debris, okay? MSW is municipal solid waste. All my trash legally has 24 hours by the Illinois EPA, which we abide by that. You can walk by my facility at any time and it's spotless. Yeah. You can come inside, look at my warehouse, it's spotless. I run a tight ship. You can look inside my fence and it's spotless. My dumpsters, everything. I have nothing to hide. I'm about as transparent as anybody is going to get. But having a trash compactor means I could put a 34-yard compactor at my facility and compact up to 3 times, meaning I could put 100 yards of debris in there. We want less wear and tear on our trucks in the landfill. When I go in there, and this is something else that the residents in town don't know, residential customers that have the big corporate contract, which I'm one of them, you get charged a flat rate for your fuel surcharge.
Yeah.
When my trucks enter the landfill, our fuel, we get charged a fuel surcharge. It's not a flat rate. It is based on our total ticket. So instead of it costing me $19.71 to drive less than 5 minutes down the road to dump, it could cost one of the trucks $23 and some cents. It could cost up to $46. The higher the tonnage, the more fuel I'm paying.
Yeah.
So my question is, I have to fill up my own trucks. Why am I coming there and paying for your fuel?
Right.
I have a contract, and in my contract, it states that my contract rate is covers my landfill fees.
Yeah.
So it's not just the commercial haulers, it's also the residential people that I have been fighting this for the last 2.5 years since I started Weekly Trash. And a shout out to Representative Amy Ellick. She took this and put it on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the bill did not get seen in time. So I'm hoping for the next session that comes around that this bill can be introduced.
I hope so too. Well, and you know what's crazy is I was talking to somebody in Godfrey, and this is why they're ready to pick up the phone and call you, because they're with the bigger corporate company. And I'm telling you, Denise, I mean, what they're doing on their fuel surcharge, it's just crazy work.
Well, I'll tell you, our Godfrey route is insane.
I bet.
We have Mondays that are full that we do the east side of Godfrey. Thursdays, we have over 200 people.
I bet. Yeah, every bit
on
of
the
that.
west side of Godfrey.
Well, you can see it. I mean, all the trash cans, I always tell people they're like mating like rabbits because they're just, you see one and then you see 15. It's just
and we just, probably next week, I had another 20 2-yarders and 4-yarders made. So our commercial business is also picking up. We do not make you sign a contract. Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling believes in the freedom of choice. So I want to make this announcement. For those of you that have municipal contracts that are coming due, now I know that there have been 2 that have already been signed. Okay, one was South Roxana, and I was shocked that East Alton signed.
Me too. I was very
A lot of the people have been calling us. Now, we do a lot of Rosewood Heights, but that's unincorporated. I'm allowed to do the unincorporated, non-contractual areas. Alton has their contract coming due next year, and it has been brought to my attention that the city of Alton is receiving so many phone calls of unhappiness with their current provider. If you want to not be locked into a contract, all of you need to call your city hall, start a petition, go to the city councils, do something to make your freedom of choice. There are plenty of us. There are 3 or 4 of us that can pick up your trash.
Yeah.
Okay? Jerseyville also is another one that I just received an RFQ on.
Mm-hmm.
I can't compete with the big corporation. So I have people from Jerseyville now stopping in my office, calling me. I said, I can't do anything. All you can do is alert City Hall.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's the other thing, too, because, you know, for all the people saying, well, that's how we keep our sewer bill low. Well, that's what we know so far. You know, who's to say that there isn't another option for that same type of deal? Maybe it's a couple of bucks higher. And, you know, I'm not trying to take it out on the employers of the big corporate, because the guy that does pick up my trash needs, super nice man. But I'm one of the few lucky people, you know, that are, you know, and you've heard me, it took me 3 months to even get a trash can. You know, I had to take my trash to my parents' house. I had to put it in my trunk and drive it to Godfrey once a week.
Do you know that, I lost my train of thought. Go ahead.
No, my other point, though, is, too, because, like, the big thing is in this segment, because we're going to take a quick break, is you are not putting a trash dump in, and that's not your intention.
No, that's my huge, if I could fly a balloon over my building, I am not going to be a trash dump. I want the M1 so that, 1, I can get a compactor, and secondly, that if Mrs. Smith or Mr. Jones calls me and says, hey, I have some construction demo in my truck. Can I please bring it by? You can pay a small fee to us and we can get that taken care of so that you don't have to go in and pay the large fees at the local landfills, drive your nice vehicle back into a dirt ball, and subject yourself to that.
Well, and see, that's another thing, because until you're really in that, you don't realize how expensive that demo debris gets. I mean, it really does run you up
it's
there.
It's the weight.
Yeah.
It's the weight. But, and once I get the special use permit, then the next step is I go back to the IEPA, and I have to get the blessing from them for this compactor. But this has been almost a year to go through the city, which this should not take this long.
No,
I can't get it. It's just,
you know what's amazing?
Don't even get me going.
Everyone keeps saying, well, it's government, there's red tape and all that. I just don't understand that for local government. I'm not just taking a shot at the city. All local government. It just seems like the processes take too long. Let's just get this thing moving here. What are we doing?
You send an email, you should get an answer. I send emails and it takes days, maybe a week. I just sent a second request out yesterday to building and zoning because nobody still has replied to me.
Right. Well, and it's just, I don't know. There's certain things that are kind of just baffling to me, and I'm not getting on a soapbox. But like the skate park. They said, well, it's during a routine inspection we closed this down. Is it because she just came on the show a couple of days ago, gave this heartfelt testimonial about how awful the conditions were? Just say you answered the call to the people, And,
right.
And there's some things that we'll talk about when we come back from this break that you've been seeing too, and good to fill the public in on probably. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, one of the things real quick before you take your break is, 3 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm going to dedicate myself to the city. I believe in this city. I love it. And 3 years have gone by. I attend every city council meeting, all the committee of the wholes, township meetings.
You getting called? We'll do this. We'll take a quick break. It's 10:24. We'll come back with Denise Sparks and a little bit more right after this.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
It's something that you're never gonna forget. Baby, you just ain't nothing yet. Nothing yet, you ain't been around.
We got a couple hours free tonight, so it's kind of like, let's go. Vacation started. Well, we're back with Denise, and I want to give a quick shout out to Boss John, who normally watches the show on demand. He's watching live upstairs and said, I didn't know Denise's name was Tim because I forgot to change the lower third. But we're back with Denise, and it's just interesting though to see kind of just your involvement, because no one realizes, I don't think, how active you are in the community. I mean, you're always a part of...
I don't think they like me up there.
Well, you know what I think's really important though, as a business owner. I mean, you're going to all these city council meetings. You're involved with the discussion. And I think that's very important.
I'm going to tell you this with this, and I don't want to get into a deep dive on this 3 a.m. closing, but my feeling is that if you do it for one, you should do it for all.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way that it was handled was completely unprofessional. It's just a sad state of affairs. And, you know, some of the things that happened after the last city council meeting that I went to, when I walked out, I was scratching my head like, why am I beating myself up and coming to these? But I will tell you, and Russ Smith, I love the guy from Bossa Nova, the owner. I contacted the business owners down there twice by email and begged them all to come to city council over this issue.
Yeah.
They're afraid to, and they're afraid to. They're afraid to come and speak out. This is what I've been told. They're afraid they will lose their license.
Well, and honestly...
And that's sad.
Well, and I just hope, too, like, being the more serious... Like, the people hold themselves better standards after council meetings. I didn't realize... And we aren't going to have to go into that on the air, I don't think. But, you know, you were describing some things that were some conversations that... And it wasn't the elected officials, it doesn't seem like. And that's what I wanted to clarify. It wasn't that situation, but just other individuals that were not holding themselves to
news media. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. And like you said, hope it gets better, but you've been a part of it for so long. It's good to note that and just say, hey, you know, it's not just our elected officials, it's other individuals that need to hold themselves in a quorum when they're in city council chambers.
Well, and the confusing thing is you'll go to one city council meeting and you're going to be told something by the mayor, and then three sessions may go by and it's brought up and the mayor's corrected.
Oh, well, and see, and that's one of those things too, where I hope that it gets more of a rhythm to the meetings, and I hope that it gets figured out, because
we've got the new aldermen and women that came in are good people.
They are, and you know what, Denise, that's a good thing to hit on too, because they are.
They are good people, and they want to do the right thing,
and they're learning. And you know what? You can't learn without involvement. And that's why I think it's important that you're there and you're involved in city government. And that's why I get so frustrated, because all these people get on Facebook and you see them all the time. They post things and they comment, and it's like, you never
hide behind.
You never show
And that's what
up.
I said. That's what I tell people. Quit hiding behind the phone and doing your commenting and come to there's several people. I'm like, well, I never see you there.
Right, you hit it on the head.
How can you give your opinion when you're not even there and know what's going on?
Right,
you know,
I agree with you so much on that. Like, and it gets me so aggravated, because it's just like this damn road work on Delma. Everyone got so offended because of the dust, and it's like, guys, if you just watch or read the news, they're telling you why they're doing it. It's not to make your life miserable. It's to get it done ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? But it's being involved, and it's because, to me, you can't complain unless you really or have an opinion, unless
but they do.
Whether you're right, and it's amazing that they do, but unless you're involved. And I think that you're a really good testament to why, as a business owner, you need to be involved in local government.
You have to be, and I don't think that the public realizes the little amount of money that aldermen and women get paid,
right,
elected officials, and it, seriously, from what I've seen in 3 years, it's almost like a full-time job.
Oh, it's more. It's a lifestyle.
It's their phones constantly ringing. They're getting emails or getting Facebook messages. It's nonstop for these people.
Well, and you know, that's where people got mad at me, Denise, during the election season, because I said it's on the resident too to educate themselves, because sometimes, you know, some of their issues could be solved by just calling the right person, you know, and knowing who to call. But also understanding that, hey, you know, these folks live in your neighborhood too. They aren't your U.S. senator who might live in a different state but represent you. You know, this is somebody who lives in the same street, and they're trying. And I think that that's good to point out. Getting back into this, I can't believe that someone started a petition because they couldn't just talk to you about whether or not you were going to do a dump or a compactor.
Well, yeah, it was
that's
about
amazing.
It was about 3 city councils ago. You know, when I see new people, I go up and shake their hand and introduce myself. And I didn't know this gentleman. And 2 seconds later, he's up at the podium bashing me that...
oh, my God. No way.
Yeah, way.
Wow.
On the floor, basically stating, well, I used to work for the EPA, and I know she's doing secret things. And I'm not doing... What?
I'm not trying to laugh.
I'm not making secret things.
What are you making in there, Denise?
All I want is a trash compactor like every retail place has, like every restaurant has, like everybody has. That's all I want, is to be more sustainable, to make a living for myself and my family, and to be able to provide good living with my employees. You know, I got great people.
Yeah.
And our trash route, dude, we've got to get another trash truck.
Already?
Yeah. No, we needed one like 6 months ago.
That's incredible. Well, and it's just good to know. I'm not like just... It's just
like, I'm a nice person.
It's just amazing.
You know what I said? Probably if you would have just walked over across the street, you might have been getting to be able to use my compactor.
Yeah. No, I mean,
but it's...
I just love it. The visual, though. Like, you see this
We already had one trash dump in Alton. We don't need another one. Drive by... I urge you all, come by and visit us at 2201 East Broadway in Alton. And you could probably eat off my warehouse
floor. You probably
floor.
could, actually. It is very, did he at least say hi before he bashed you?
Yeah, but he didn't. But yeah, but then he well, no. I'm like, did you just shake my hand and now you're going to tell me I'm a bad person?
I love it's just the irony of the situation. I mean, really. And it all starts, just have a conversation. You could have walked across the street and said, hey, what are you doing back here? Let me take a tour. Just nice to meet you, neighbor.
I didn't know anything about this until it was brought to my attention last year. You know, I had that big fence put up for my dumpsters and that. I didn't even know these people. I mind my own business. I keep my place clean. And one of the city employees at Building and Zoning said, "Oh yeah, he's mad at you." I said, "Why?" Because you got a fence. I said, "I met the requirements." I'm sorry the guy didn't get a fence.
But see, that's the nerve on people anymore. It's all about just out of anger. Everything's out of spite. You know, it just can't be out of constructive things. Out of the year that you went through or two in that building, you had someone literally plow through the damn thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you had
Don't even get me started on that.
All these things go wrong. Just let you have a trash compactor.
Yeah, I had a big gaping hole in the side of my building. And that was a whole nother issue.
Oh, man, what you went through with that was nuts.
Well, they let the person go.
Yeah.
Drunkard 10 Indians.
Oh, well, you know, that happens. And 10:35, though, and Denise, with that being said, any thing in the business side of things, how's demolition going? All the removal stuff, are we still doing that too?
We're doing, I just read where the community of Edwardsville, it was on Facebook last night, said that the big trash company said no more bulk pickups.
Ooh, I better get mine scheduled before it hits Alton.
Sparks Junk Removal can take care of you. We can do curbside pickups for you. You don't even have to be home. Put it out the curb, stick it in your driveway, and I'll send you an invoice. You don't even have to wait for us.
And it really is. And I like the way that you break it down. I mean, your billing is really easy to break down, and it's easy to understand.
It's all transparent, brother.
We
have nothing to hide. So we do full service cleanouts. If you have a loved one that's passed away or moving into a nursing home.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one, and a lot. And we also now have a truck with a lift gate on it. So if you have something that you need picked up somewhere and delivered to you, we can also provide that service for you.
Nice. Like a piano and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we won't retune it. We're not liable for if it goes out of tune. But we also do and a lot of people don't know this, we do a lot of bathroom and kitchen demolitions.
Those are huge. No one realizes how long of a job that is. And
we
to do
come
it the
in,
right way.
and my crew comes in, we're clean. You won't even know that they've been there. We'll set one of my dumpsters, which we're now painting them purple.
I love it.
If you haven't seen them, they're out on the road. Dumpster rental, and of course our weekly trash service.
And honestly, guys, be a part. My parents aren't going back.
You can go to, let me tell you this, because we just added this.
Oh.
You can go to sparksjunkremoval.net, and you can go to the service tab, go down to weekly trash. You now have the availability to go on there, put your address and zip code in, a map comes up, and it will tell you if we pick up in your area, and you can now sign up online.
Boom! Here's how you do it. Go right here. Man, a lot of gunk on me today.
There it is.
You go right here to the weekly trash service tab. That's on the services. You drop down. Boom, we're here. You hit book now. You put your address in there. Boom, boom, boom. You hit next, and it lets you take care of itself.
Look at you. You're fancy.
Like an Applebee's on a date night, 1038, Denise Sparks. Always love chatting with you.
I love it. Thanks for having me. Peace, everybody. Have a great weekend.
We'll take a quick break, and Sydney Sinks is going to join us next. I don't know what she wrote about this week, but we'll find out. We'll have some fun right after this.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
No matter the season, Played Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Played Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Is it? Okay. Hold on, I'm running out of music, bud. Let's just do that again. Welcome back. My hair's falling out today.
It's like warm down here. It's really nice outside, but it's like warm down here.
Is it?
It's gorgeous outside.
See, this is a beer drinking day.
That sounds ideal.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was camping, I'd be outside having at least an 18-pack.
I could so go for like a float. I know we just talked about it, but a float trip right now would be so
man,
fun.
That actually, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a good day for that.
It is. It's kind of cold, but it's
when
okay.
we were in Florida, best day ever was when we went to Crab Island on the party boat.
That sounds fun.
It was cloudy. There was no sun, so that way you weren't like getting dehydrated on the boat. Oh man, it's great.
That sounds so nice right now. I'll be honest with you. It's fine.
I got about 4 hours left to go.
Yeah, something like that.
But the deck is calling my name.
That sounds nice. Enjoy this weekend. Sounds like you have good weekend plans.
No. I don't know if we have any.
That's a good plan. That's ideal.
We're going to church on Sunday.
That'll be nice. Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I learned the other day that someone in Jerseyville already took my business name for a coffee shop.
Oh, really? That's right.
I'm using it now. Is that how you spell espresso?
That is how you spell espresso. I'm unaware of the business. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Jerseyville. Sorry to the people of Jerseyville.
No, hey, where's our Jerseyville writer?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry.
Kidding. Just kidding, Dalton. Thank you. You were getting a coffee machine.
Yeah, so here's
and not
the
just
thing.
any coffee machine.
An espresso machine.
You have to be fancy.
Yeah.
We could have just gotten one of them old Black & Decker coffee makers. Is that what they're called? Or bun machines? Bun makers?
Even that's fancier than what I had a $20 coffee maker that I got from Target a few years ago. And it did the job for a while. But here's the thing. I'm a new person now, CJ. I am fancy now. I'm cool. I have an espresso machine. And not the Sabrina Carpenter song, but just an espresso machine.
I didn't know that was a song.
Really? I'm sure you've heard it.
I didn't know Sabrina was a carpenter.
Oh, well, I'm sure you've heard it. I'll play it for you later. But no, it's a good time. So an espresso machine, my friends came together and gifted me this for my birthday, which was very kind and very thoughtful.
Very nice.
It was
of them.
very thoughtful.
When was your birthday?
February.
Oh.
So it's been a while since it took me a while to unpackage it because I was in the process of moving and that kind of thing. So finally, when I got moved in and got set up in my new kitchen, I got this pink espresso machine set up.
What's the name?
Pink. It's Nespresso is what it's called, is the brand name. Unsponsored, but it's very good. But I will say, so there's a method to the madness. So what you can do if you want to do it, you can just have so a coffee maker makes a cup of coffee and an espresso machine makes a shot of espresso. What's the technical difference? Couldn't tell you. But what comes out of the coffee maker, whatever, is like a cup versus like literally a tiny little shot of espresso. So
wow,
yeah, I'm explaining. I got you. So the espresso shot, you could just take that, right? Like it's the difference between it's the difference between a vodka shot and like a cocktail. So that's so you could take just like the Americano shot of espresso, which shout out to the French businesswomen who do this, but I don't hate myself, so I just mix it and make it into a fancy little.
These things are pretty expensive.
My friends came together. It was very sweet. Big thank you to my friends. I'll say that.
I wish I had friends like that.
Yeah, big thank you to my friends. So very cool. But it's fancier than my taste. I don't know what I'm doing.
So how long have you been using this machine?
So it's been like a month now that I've been working on it.
We're getting there.
So, and here's the thing. So the pods, I don't know if you don't drink coffee at all, so you have no frame of reference here.
I will interject here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I technically drink fake coffee.
Really?
Every once in a blue moon, I'll have a frozen GBH.
That's good.
The least coffee tasting thing in the world. I'll drink one of those. So I technically, I don't, but I feel like I'd be lying if I say I don't ever drink coffee.
That's fair. You have like your
trying to work on my
moon.
honesty.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. No, that's interesting. No, definitely a frozen GBH is great. I'm with you. I used to spend kind of often, I'll be honest with you. I used to go to these coffee shops and I would buy myself an $8 coffee mocha. It's like caffeinated chocolate milk, basically. It's also like the least coffee tasting thing.
I like chocolate, not a mocha guy.
No, really?
No.
Well, wild. But no, it's really good. You just don't like coffee taste, I don't think.
No.
Which is fair. It took me a while. I had to train myself to like it. Yeah.
That's how I was that's how I was with whiskey. I had to really had to force it down.
Literally, you have to force yourself to like it. And then eventually now you're like me who needs it to get through the day. So
I don't want to say that because I could end up at a meeting. I don't
Okay, fair. Just coffee to clarify. Just coffee.
I don't. It's been over a week since I've had a beer.
Nice, good for you.
I decided it was just time to get back to school mode.
Good for you. Yeah, absolutely. Just settle in. No, it's been about 20 minutes since I've had my coffee. So I'm like, this is my peak caffeine right now. I'm like good to go. This is the most energetic I get. So this is the best I can bring you.
Does it brew coffee and espresso?
No, I don't think so. I think it just brews espresso. So you got to kind of know what you're doing. And you got to have here's the thing. You got to have accessories too. So unless you want to drink straight espresso, you have to kind of have accessories. So I have a bottle of chocolate syrup that I use. I have a milk frother that I can use. I don't use that very often, but you can be a very fancy person.
Is that the little thing that stirs?
Yeah. And
okay, I just think that's the most. I call that a stir.
Yeah, and you're so right for that.
Is it a milk frother or a stir?
I think it's
because I feel like it's a universal
frother.
Tool.
No, it's very much so. You can use it for anything. I assume.
Honestly,
I don't
feel
know.
like it'd be good for egg yolks.
Now that would be interesting. I don't know if it could handle it because it's very fragile looking. Little wires.
Man, those things got a lot of power, though.
That's true.
It has about a tenth of a horsepower in there.
Weigh in. Could a milk frother handle eggs? Riveting questions.
People are probably watching the show right now just trying to get through work. They're like, at least I'm listening to something. They don't have to just keep dealing. That's why I did the show at 9 to 11. That way, whenever we're all done with this, we're getting ready to hit lunch, then we got a half a day. And then that's all you're working because you're just hanging out with me.
There you go.
My hair is very boxy today.
It's not bad.
It is.
It just is a shape.
No, I keep looking. It looks like I'm like a I don't know, like one of those Minecraft guys.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It just is definitely a shape, but that's okay. I looked in the mirror earlier and I was like, thank God I did this before I came downstairs and got on camera and looked at what I looked like.
I'm just glad the camera's far enough away that they can't see up close. Me.
I'm pleased about that as well in moments like this.
So how much of an espresso do you get every morning?
So you get like probably this much in a mug, so like an inch, let's say. And then what you do is you pour milk over ice, and then you pour in your chocolate sauce, and you pour in your espresso, and you stir all that really fast. And then you have a little drink to sip on for the rest of the morning. And that's great. That's great for me.
Why don't you just do a shot of espresso?
Because I don't hate myself. That's the difference. Because you can do a shot of espresso.
I have.
And it gets the job done. It does what you need it to do. But...
Remember when Ben was in here with that Wilhelm brew?
No. Oh, yeah. No, I do.
The cold brew?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That
stuff was intense. It was nuts.
You gave me one of those cans, which I appreciate. It's actually sitting on my windowsill upstairs because I thought it was a pretty can.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the actual espresso, like the concentrate.
I didn't try the shot.
Yeah,
No.
that was nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I'm not that brave as a person.
It was stronger than the C4.
Yeah, literally. It gets the job done. I'm telling you. So when people get like an extra shot of espresso, like they are beyond me living it up. Could not be me. Terrifying.
That's good to note.
Yeah, it's good to know. It's good for me to tell you my weaknesses, so you can use those against me.
In the public, too.
Everyone can use that against me.
So, how much does it cost to make this every morning?
All right, so here's the thing. So I used to go kind of often to these coffee shops, and I would support local. Love doing that when I can, but it was kind of expensive. Like, like $8 a coffee. It gets kind of up there.
8 times 5 is $40 a week.
Yeah, don't do the math. I would do it not every day, but like not often, like kind of frequently I would do this. And so nowadays it costs about $1 a pod, which when you're buying 50 pods, you're like, oh my goodness. But do the math with me. I'm saving about $7 every morning, more or less.
Here's how I'll counter your thought process.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Milk.
Yeah.
Chocolate syrup, which is about $9 now.
It is expensive.
What else you got in there?
Ice.
Ice. Well, that's free.
Well, depends on your utility bill, I guess. Yeah.
So, you're saving about $5.
Yeah, let's say I'm saving $5. Let's say $5. And so the good part of me, people tell people like you and me where they're like, you know what, you want to save money, just stop buying coffee. Stop buying fancy coffee. And while that advice is a little out of touch and a little condescending, I would say, they have a point in that I am saving some money. So the good part of me is like, great, okay, save that money, put it away, sounds good. And the bad part of me says, well, that's $5 every day that I can just use for whatever I want to use.
See, Dave Ramsey would be very, very, I think, happy with you.
You think happy with me? Interesting. That's the first
because he
time.
always says, if you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
And if you can afford it, go ahead and buy it.
Mm-hmm. True.
You aren't leasing your coffee.
No, that's true.
You didn't put your espresso machine on a credit plan.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Those pods, however,
you're saving $5 a day, okay?
Yeah.
And we can put that into a Roth and become a millionaire at 72 is what I'm telling you. That's what Dave Ramsey would say.
And I respect that. And you just took me back to high school business classes, so thank you.
You actually had those in high school?
Yeah, I took a Dave
can I be
Ramsey
fair
class.
about mine?
Yeah.
I had a great bit. Brian Bergen did an awesome job teaching this class.
Shout out to Brian.
I
don't know who he is,
he's been on the show with Trinity Sway before.
Cool.
Great guy.
Yeah.
And my problem is, though, here's the problem.
Let's hear it.
I didn't pay any attention.
Yeah.
I honestly, I played walkout music, like the WWE wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
Every time he came in the room, I'd play a different song for him.
Nice.
Or I'd play like, Here
so
Comes the Money.
Your focus.
Yeah. It was like, when's he coming in? And then I would just talk the rest of the hour.
That's kind of on you.
Yeah.
You know?
I look back now and go, that's the one class I should have paid attention. Seriously,
Really?
out of all of them. Oh my God. I never use any of the information, unless I'm at trivia.
Yeah, and then that's really useful. But like knowing how to like do things like balance credit cards and, check checks. I don't know, checks, write checks.
Write checks. I don't think you can check them. You could check your checks to make sure they're correct.
Clearly, I also didn't pay too much attention because I don't know what I'm talking about.
We'll be right back. Hey, we're gonna take one last break because I do gotta take one more. 80 degrees in downtown Alton. We'll be back to wrap up the show with Sydney after this.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 10:58, little bit of change. Back with Sydney. What'd you write about this week? I kind of gave you a lot of work.
Well, yeah, you did. You've been busy.
A full show.
Well, I love that for you, but I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to keep up and write all these interviews.
I came back from vacation, so I was like, I might as well get this done.
Yeah, good for you. Knock it out.
Now you're just kind of rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. It's kind of exciting.
Any big ones today?
One cool one. So I wrote about a bodybuilder who she's really, her whole thing is coaching her clients about like fitness and food and that kind of thing, but in a way where they feel like positive about it, which I feel like that's missing in the fitness, and not to get on a soapbox, but I feel like that's missing in the fitness industry where we have like this balance between things like that.
You don't want put the Twinkie down.
Yeah, no, I'm over that. Okay. In my old age,
I just blew out somebody's speaker at home.
Yeah, you suck for that.
You wait, we'll get another one. We'll get another something.
Yeah, no. So I'm just over that whole energy. So anyway, what I like about this is it's really interesting. She worked hard to become a bodybuilder, but she and that requires like a lot of discipline and stuff. But her coaching business is much more about balance and having sweet treats. Ashley Wilson is her name in Highland. Shout out.
I just went up to Highland a couple weeks for our cake.
Oh,
went
that
to
sounds
Patty
fun.
Cakes.
That's adorable.
She's been in business for 40 years.
What do you know? That's a cool story. No,
that
sounds
be a fun. One. There's
yeah.
another bodybuilder I was going to tell you about, Colton Skinner. He was with
dude. I have his number, and I mean to call him. Yeah,
because we were trying to do an interview before they went to their competition, but we couldn't get the logistics done.
Yeah.
And I figured, we'll get it whenever they come back. But it's really a great story too.
It is a great story. We can rock paper scissors over who gets to take that one. Sounds good.
Well, honestly, I will give this one to you.
Thank you.
Because
bow down.
What? Just because we were gonna. It's just the logistics and timing. We were trying to get everyone's schedules, and they can't.
It's hard to make it work out sometimes.
You know.
Yeah. I'll take it. No, sounds good to me. He's cool too.
What's your blog about?
My blog, that's always the question, isn't it? I never know day to day what's going to happen. And sometimes I choose something that happens over the weekend to write about. But I have no big weekend plans this weekend. So who's to say? I'm excited.
You aren't doing nothing?
Like you, I have a very open weekend right now. So I'm very excited about that. I think I'm just going to chill. Sounds good to me.
Got a full work day?
Yeah, always. But that's a good time too. Just to get some stories out about what's happening in Alton and share and beyond and share what's happening in our community. So I look forward to it.
There you go. Always good to talk to you. Always good to talk to all of you too. My hair's falling out. It's humid as hell down here. I'll see you on Monday.
That's terrible.
Until then, try your best to stay out of jail.